It is time for Noche Notes. These are the macromolecule notes. Now, this is all about nutrition, nutrients. The macromolecules are the big major nutrients that we take in. So, organic compounds is what we're talking about. Now, do y'all remember what organic compounds are? We talked about it last 6 weeks when we were in chemistry. I'll give you about 15 seconds. Talk it over with your table. See if you can remember. What is an organic compound? Go. So organic compounds, many of you do not remember. I did hear it's something that is living. Yes, either living or was living. Organic compounds are really just talking about things containing carbon. So if they have carbon in them, a carbon base, that is what our living things are made of. Now, going on, a polymer is a very large molecule. A very large molecule made of many smaller ones. Those smaller ones are called monomers. And contain carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. So organic molecules, they have that carbon base, but they have hydrogen and oxygen as well. The carbon base is what we are talking about. All right, our macromolecules. Carbohydrates, you've heard of these before. You have to be able to identify what they are based on a description or based on a picture. Another one, lipids, once again based on description or on pictures. Protein, same thing. If I gave you a picture of a protein, you have to be able to recognize it. Or if I just described what it is and what it does, you need to know what it is. And nucleic acids. These are the 4 types of macromolecules that we are going to be learning about. So carbs. Carbs are sugars. When your body breaks them down, it breaks them down into sugars. It's because they are exactly that. Complex carb will be broken down into simple sugars. A simple sugar is already there. So the monomers, these simple things, these small units are glucose, deoxyribose, and ribose. Those are our simple sugars, are the monosaccharides. Now when you string a few of these together, they become a polysaccharide. Very important, if you look at this picture, you need to know what that picture is. There's a picture of glucose. It is a carbohydrate. I promise you, on our quiz on Friday and on our test, there are going to be pictures of things like this, of sugars, of proteins, of nucleic acids. And you have to know what they are just based on this picture. We use carbs for energy. They can function as support, but we mainly use them as energy. Very quick energy. Next one up is the lipids. And there on the bottom left corner is a picture of a lipid. Make sure you know what that is and you remember what it is for our quiz and our test. So the monomer is glycerol or a fatty acid. This is a long-term energy source. So carbohydrates, you use them very quickly. Your fats, they'll last a lot longer. All right, next up is proteins. Proteins are made up of amino acids. So the monomer is an amino acid. And proteins give us our structure. That's what your muscles are made of. That's what your skin's made of, your hairs. It also regulates your body processes with enzymes. a lot of functions for our body are made up of proteins. All right, so this is an amino acid right here. Be able to recognize this picture and relate it to proteins. Okay, nucleic acids. Once again, we have a picture of nucleic acid. This is what it looks like. Has a nitrogen base, a phosphate, and a sugar group. The nucleotide is the nitrogen base. You probably remember some of those nitrogen bases from when you took 7th grade science, or from when we studied for the STAR test. It's what actually makes up the DNA. And remember, DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. RNA stands for ribonucleic acid. Those nucleotides are adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine, or uracil. Another nutrient that our body has to have, that we have to have a lot of every day, is water. And the reason you have to have it is your body cannot function without it. We talked about this in our last unit. The majority of your cells are made up of water. The processes that they have must have water for them to actually happen. If you do not have enough water, they say that you are dehydrated. Our next nutrient is the vitamins. These are organic molecules. Remember, organic meaning containing the carbon. And this helps regulate your body processes. They work with your proteins, your enzymes, to actually make these processes happen. You get your vitamins from food. If you don't get enough of these vitamins, it will have severe effects on your health. Or if you get too much of any specific vitamin, it can actually cause an overdose and, once again, have severe effects on your health. All right, here is a basic table on some of the different vitamins: A, D, E, C, and K. So vitamin A you're going to get from your vegetables. Important for skin and vision. Vitamin D, you can actually make this one yourself. If you get out in the sun, your body will make vitamin D. It's made through the skin. You can get vitamin D from dairy, from fish, and from eggs. It helps you absorb other minerals. So when you get enough vitamin D, you can actually absorb the calcium, and you can use the calcium that your body needs. Vitamin E you get from your vegetables and from your oils. It's one of your fat-soluble vitamins. Just like vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin. And it's an antioxidant, meaning it helps prevent cancer, break down those cells that are uncontrollable. Prevent cellular damage. K, once again from your vegetables. I'm noticing a trend here. You get vitamins from your vegetables. And this is needed for your blood, to clot your blood when necessary. And vitamin C. You get this from fruits and vegetables. It's an antioxidant. It helps you absorb some of the minerals like iron. Helps in healing. people who have iron deficiencies, things like anemia. They have to eat things that have vitamin C and iron in them. So something like spaghetti sauce, you're getting vitamin C from the fruits and vegetables in that, and you're also getting the iron from things like the red meat that's in the spaghetti sauce. Next up, we have minerals. Minerals are not organic. They are inorganic things, meaning they did not come from something living. So, never having been alive, this is like your rocks, things like that, broken down. You have compounds that were never living, but you have to have these things to survive. Most of these you need in very small amounts. Eat a variety of foods, you'll get all of it that you need. So I think I was overly nice to you. Instead of making you copy this entire table, it's already there for you. But some of the major minerals that you need are listed here. These are definitely not all the minerals that we need on a daily basis. The calcium, phosphorus, potassium, chlorine, sodium, magnesium, iron, fluorine, iodine, and zinc. It also tells you where you can get many of these things and the function of them. Calcium we already talked about, very important for your bone formation, tooth formation. You have to have this along with vitamin C so you can actually absorb the calcium. Phosphorus also very important for bones and teeth. Potassium, one of the big things you get it from, as many of you know, bananas. That's why that picture is there. And this helps balance your acid base. It helps keep you in homeostasis. Chlorine, needed for gastric juices, the acids in your stomach. Sodium, needed for nerves and muscle function. Magnesium, enzymes. Once again, get it from your vegetables. Iron, needed for blood. Fluorine, needed for teeth. Iodine, definitely needed for your thyroid. And zinc, digestive enzymes also. All right, this is a basic map of our nutrients. We have carbs, we have fats, we have proteins, we have vitamins, and we have minerals. Carbs can be either simple or they can be complex. The simple things are monosaccharides like glucose. Our complex ones are starches, things like pasta and potatoes. That's many different simples together. Fats can be made up of fatty acids and glycerols. Proteins are made of amino acids. Vitamins can either be water soluble or fat soluble, and we talked about that a little bit ago. And minerals, things like calcium, iron, phosphorus, zinc. These are our elements from the periodic table. And that wraps it up for the day.